Yeah, what's good, cryptocurrency fans out there? Welcome back to the Everything Altcoin channel. Today, we got a nice little video for you guys. Yesterday, some news dropped where we finally got some big news out of the Peaq and Virtuals camp. If you guys missed it, Peaq essentially partnered with Virtuals here, right? And as you guys can see, this is the article here. Virtuals and Peaq bring agent commerce to robot and machines. We're gonna run down everything that's happening between these two in this partnership, and some exciting things I've even heard in a live stream that Peaq just had this morning here, which made me even more bullish on Peaq. I even told people in the Discord we do not have enough Peaq for what's about to happen. So what does Virtuals unlock on robotic.sh? Now, if you guys don't know about Peaq OS, let's just get quickly into that before we dive right into this partnership here. This is coming directly from the articles that they put out. Peaq OS is the operating system turning robots and machines into trusted and liquid financial asset and actors. It's what enables the machine layer described in their purple paper. I don't know if you guys read into that, but you guys should get into that, right? At its core, Peaq OS solves three key challenges, right? The economic operation. Peaq OS grants machines and robots identity, wallets, trust, and on-chain settlement. Basically, their digital identities, you know, the IDs for robots, right? Asset financialization. Peaq OS enables machines and robots to be tokenized, co-owned, and financed. Market scale. Peaq OS grants machines and robots access to liquidity, services, and capital markets. One identity, one credit history, every supported chain, payment rail agnostic. Peaq OS is the universal entry point for any builder, operator, or chain bringing physical hardware on chain. Now, Peaq unlocks several things, right? For investors, the machines powering the real world are no longer a closed game for a handful of Silicon Valley VCs. Now, as robots take over more of global value production, from the robo farms already running on Peaq OS, you guys should already have one because I already told you guys about this, right? To fleets coming next, anyone can co-own them and earn from what they produce. This is a brand new asset class opening up to global investor community for the first time. So allowing you essentially to pretty much co-own these robo farms, these robo taxis that they're going to be dropping. They got a claw. They're going to be doing a different type of things that allow you to get some truly passive income off of what the jobs that these robots are going to be doing. Right now, for the operators, capital finally opens up at a machine level, not just the company. A small robo farm operator can raise financing against the farm's own revenue and uptime. No corporate balance sheet is required. A drone fleet gets insured on its real telemetry, not on guesswork. Co-investors can take fractional stakes from day one. Suddenly, smaller operators compete on strength of the machines, not the size of the cap table, and the best builders win. Now, for capital, pretty much every activated qualified machine becomes eligible, right? And that changes everything. Lend against it like it's real estate portfolio, insure it like it's a truck, securitize a fleet like an auto loan book. Underwriting, collateral, insurance, indexing, and counterparty trust now extends to a whole new asset class. Machine-backed credit and machine-backed securitization stops being one-off deals and becomes standard products at internet scale. Now, for the machines, they get standing. They earn, pay, invest, and transact on their own. On a trust layer, every counterparty can verify. An illiquid piece of hardware becomes an investable, tradable asset. A fleet becomes a portfolio. And that's what I'm building with their robots there they're going to be having. I started off with the robo farm. I did not get the claw, but I will be getting these robo taxis once they put that on the market. I'm waiting for that. Any machine activated with Peaq OS is robot money ready from day one, plugged into a global economy built for it. So now that you guys know a little bit about what Peaq OS is, essentially you can understand a little bit more about this partnership and what Virtuals unlock for robotic.sh. Essentially, with Peaq diving into embodied AI, this is going to help them out a little bit more because, you know, Virtuals has the AI agents, while Peaq will have the bodies of these robots, these, you know, these humanoids and things like that that the AI can plug into, right? So they do have this one part here. Starting now, virtual agents pairing is available through the robotic.sh. A robot or machine running Peaq OS can be paired with a virtual agent that acts on his behalf within an allowance its owner set. Through that agent, the machine can buy any good or service sold on ACP, which is Virtual's shop, pretty much. Virtual's agentic shop, right? The agentic commerce protocol that they got going on. And you guys seen how many numbers that was doing, right? So that is going to help out with Peaq as well. So now from there, a little bit more. From computational knowledge to work of other agents. In the next step, machines will list their own services on ACP, purchasable by any agent in the economy, right? So this is huge as of right now. You guys already, I've shown you guys the numbers that Virtual's ACP has been doing, right? This is going to help out build, well, not build, but help out with Peaq, especially finding out exactly how the scarcity of the tokenomics will end up working through a live stream we'll get into very soon here, right? So essentially why this is important here is because robots are built to do things. They're built for the task, not built to look for the job, not built to negotiate pay, nothing like that, right? And anything that they need like that, they had to have a human in the loop. So essentially with this partnership, it essentially kicks out the human out the loop, right? And replaces that with an AI agent, where the AI agent can shop for services on ACP, can negotiate the job, pay for the job, do all these things that the robot needs, where the human does not have to lift a finger. This is a truly self-enclosed system that they're looking to build here with the AI agent and the robot. So now essentially what Peaq is going to be handling is giving these machines identity via the Peaq DIDs, the agent pairing permissions, and including allowances, and the coordination of orders across machine markets to the ACP, right? So this is a true partnership between two ecosystems, two infrastructures, to include embodied AI pretty much, right? So this is pretty much big. I actually am very appreciative that this actually kind of happened. I wanted to say I kind of foresee it, or I should say I knew we needed this partnership. Now obviously things is not going to reflect on these prices as of right now, especially for Virtuals at 400 million market cap, and Peaq right now sitting about 42 million market cap. But it's because we're in a bear market, but this is the time to accumulate all these things as of right now. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm also very much bullish on this whole partnership in just a second here. I do want to dive into what Asai has to say about this partnership before we add a little bit more nuance to how this partnership could potentially work from what I heard from the live stream. So before we continue on, I would like to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. We're on the road to 30k subscribers. If you guys want to help out with that, hit that red subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video, comment what you guys think down below, and while you guys are down there, you guys can hit that Discord link to join the Discord to continue the crypto conversation we're having daily. And you guys can ask, how does that Patreon group works? As you guys know, we was already ahead of the crowd getting into Robinhood. We killed it on his Robinhood trade. We got a bunch of trades still on Robinhood as of right now that we're actively trading. And if you guys don't know, as you guys join the Discord, there is a private member side for Patreon. We have discussions here pretty much about all the topics that you can have. The picks are here, from, you know, flipping these low caps to actually having real picks to go in the portfolio here as well. But not only that, you also get access to the best crypto terminal in this space here, Altcoin Chasers. We actually just made a few upgrades, and there's a few more upgrades coming to this terminal here. You guys can see, you guys can check out the post and see what this terminal gives you. You guys can watch the video on that, and while you're there, you can actually find the Patreon discount code ASAD2026 for 40% off your first month to test out the group, test out the terminal, see if it's for you guys pretty much. And let's continue on here. Now heading back over to the terminal here, as you guys can see, you guys probably didn't notice, we do got the CT Pulse here. This is essentially everything that is popping on crypto Twitter, from tokens to stocks. We get to figure it out and see what's going on, who's trading it, what's going on, all of that good stuff, right? We also got perpetual screeners here from Smart Money. You get to figure out what they're doing. Check out the whales here. Prediction markets, we also did a little addition to the prediction markets as well, but that's for a whole nother video. We will be dropping another video talking about all the upgrades we did here, but let's get right into the Aside terminal. So Aside says Peaq times virtuals, agent commerce on robots. What it actually is, a live integration between Peaq OS, which is going to be machine identity, wallets, machine markets, and Virtual's agent commerce protocol. Any Peaq OS powered machines compare with Virtual's AI agents and autonomously shop the agent economy, paying via X402 and USDC, settling on base. The showcase, they do have a video of this actually in action. You guys can go ahead, check it out. But the architecture has real teeth, right? Peaq DIDs for machine identity, ACP for agent pairing and permission, and owner set guardrail. So that's a two-sided roadmap, right? Machines buy ACP services now. Soon they will sell their own services to agents. That's big. That's the unlock. Converting robots from cost centers into revenue earning economic actors. Now, why could it work, right? First, the live machine to agent commerce loop. It's the first live machine to agent commerce loop in crypto. That is, we had to say that again, right? Not a white paper, not a working demo, but with a real humanoid from the leading Chinese robotics OEM Unitree doing real economic action on a verifiable chain. The X402/USDC/base stack is the same infrastructure Virtuals already uses for its software agent. Peaq OS just extends the buyer side from AI agents to physical robots with wallets. If machines become a real customer base for ACP services, Virtual's TAM expand by an order of magnitude. So this is very bullish for Virtuals. The bigger anchor is now Peaq already has 3.3 million Peaq IDs onboarded across 60 plus ecosystem projects, right? Now it talks about where it could break. Pretty much it's self-published. Is basically just giving you guys a little bit of pushback, not to be too bullish on what's going on, because it can break. And then it also dives a little bit more into the price of Peaq and the price of Virtuals here for the asymmetric trade. Peaq is the higher conviction play on this news at this market cap. Smaller float, tight dilution gap, live demo, and partnership directly wires real USDC settlement onto its rail. But this is where I think things get a little bit bigger here. We got to skip into something else that has happened right now. When you guys go look into this whole article here, right? Not article, sorry. This live stream here that actually happened this morning. It was an Asian AMA. I actually was tuning in because they had some English parts of it. Obviously, the chief of business officer was answering things in English, and it got translated to the language that it needed to be translated into, right? And as you guys can see, the index here, they had when robot blooms, achievement of Peaq, 100% autonomous with Peaq, something new about Peaq, and Peaq loves Korea. Right. The thing is, what was discussed in here was potentially some of the things that will be coming for Peaq. He clearly said by the end of Q3, there will be everything that you want Peaq to have as of right now, like in terms of like some of their roadmap that they recently announced will be live. Not only that, they got into a little bit more of the tokenomics with the machines and the tokenomics, right? So as the machines get onboarded, right, to operate in the whole Peaq infrastructure, they will be essentially taking Peaq off the market, essentially, I should say, right, to lock up to do business pretty much. Now, I'm not going to get this one-to-one because this I heard this like all the way this morning, right? And it has not been put on paper. But essentially, these robots will be taking this Peaq off the market, meaning that creates a little scarcity aspect to the tokenomics of Peaq, meaning the more machines get onboarded, the more Peaq tokens is taken off the market, meaning less for us to buy and better for the pumponomics, right? So we have to load up right now. But essentially, they also have some big news that they're going to be dropping next week as well. And they did say they had some big partnerships that they couldn't announce just yet. So there's a lot happening right now with Peaq behind closed doors. If you're not listening to some of these AMAs, luckily I just seen that, I got the notification Peaq was live, or they were talking. I'm like, oh, let me just go in here. I see they're talking. I'm like, oh yeah, let me just tune in. I even told the Discord, I'm like, yo, we don't have enough Peaq after what I'm just hearing right now, right? And then all of this actually makes sense. The partnership that they have with Virtuals to onboard a little bit more of the embodied AI and machines, because earlier today, Virtuals announced that, Eastworld, a robotics initiative under Virtuals, has officially partnered with Unitree to accelerate the deployment of embodied AI. Now, can you guys see what I'm getting at here? Because if you guys scroll a little bit down here, you guys see my reply. You guys see my response down here. Wow, this partnership makes Virtual's robotic arm stronger. You guys already know they had pillars of what they wanted to build out, and robotics was their fourth pillar. So that's why I said their robotics arm stronger. But now that Peaq partnership makes a lot of sense now. Funny thing is, co-founder of Peaq actually liked this response by it, because now we get to honestly kind of see what's going to be happening here. After I just told you that through Virtuals and through Peaq, they will be onboarding more machines, and because of their tokenomics, the way it's set up, these machines will be taking more Peaq off the market. Now, essentially, Unitree is one of the biggest humanoid companies that is going to be coming out very soon here. Essentially, they're valued around 42 billion in yen and $6.2 billion, right? And robots and shipment manufacturing, they shipped over 5,500 pure humanoid robots in 2025, producing over 6,500 in total. This is probably going to continue to increase, and their revenue generated was $250 million, $1.7 billion in yen, right? So this is a very big partnership for Virtuals, right? And that itself is a big connection for Peaq too, right? For their onboarding process in the Peaq OS. Now with the Peaq OS, they can also figure out how the embodied AI is going to work with Virtuals a little bit more. So this is about to get a little bit interesting here, man. I am telling you this as of right now. The things that we're seeing being built right now for the robotics trade is getting crazy, and people aren't really paying attention as of right now. I've been telling you guys, the biggest trade in AI is going to be robotics, especially seeing where robotics is as a total market cap of $671 million. This actually has been on a pretty nice uptrend here. So you guys should be looking into robotics if you haven't already. We got some new launches from Ex Machina. This is your robot capital markets here. You got Aki here, right? Natex here. There's a lot that's going on. There was also recently a new robotics launch actually from Virtuals too. So if you guys missed out on that, that's another reason you guys should be in my Patreon group here. But that is the video for you guys. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know how you guys feel about this partnership down below, and I'll check you guys later. Peace, YouTube.